Powerful floodwaters sweep through the eastern city of Derna, smashing through 2 dams, 4 bridges, and wiping out a quarter of the community. The devastation barreling through the city and out to the sea. This is all that's left of one of Derna's dams, nothing but a mound of soil. Videos shot by locals show the extreme damage to the city, with buildings crumbling and rubble and water everywhere. Cars piled up on the coast and laid mangled on the streets, as debris and dirt covers much of the community that about 100,000 people call home. Derna city officials say at least 1,500 bodies have been found so far, and more are expected to be recovered.
There are a lot of dead bodies on the street, and they cannot be left like that.
Outside Derna's hospital, people looked for their loved ones amongst the corpses awaiting burial. People in the city have begun burying their loved ones in mass graves. But Derna isn't the only devastated city in eastern Libya. Mediterranean storm Daniel brought devastation to Al-Marj, Al-Baida, and many of the communities east of Benghazi after striking the coast Sunday night. Aid is arriving slowly, but the needs are great, and the first batches only reached Derna 36 hours after the storm.
Torrential rain to an area affecting at least 1.5 to 1.8 million people. And we are doing, and it's also damaged hospitals. It's wiped out some hospitals, left some partially functioning. So the work now is really to get in supplies, but look at, and sadly, some of those supplies include things like body bags.
The humanitarian needs are huge and much more beyond the abilities of the Libyan Red Crescent and even beyond the abilities of the government. That's why the government in the East has issued the international appeal for support.
But we're at the moment standing ready to provide food to 5,000 families that are affected by these floods in the northeast. We have teams on the ground now. We have staff that have deployed to Benghazi, which seems to be the closest we can get at the moment.
The devastation reached as far as the eye can see and beyond, as aging infrastructure neglected by 2 rival governments, one in the east and one in the west, couldn't withstand the intensity of the storm.
Thousands of families have lost their shelters, and they need shelter and food and non-food items as well to accommodate them until they can find a replacement for their houses.
3 regions in the east have been declared disaster areas, and officials have asked for international help. A Libyan state minister says rescue crews will work around the clock to save as many as they can, and the government in the west has declared 3 days of mourning.